Gentlemen, welcome to the weekly beer and video review show with me, Danny Salay, aka Travel Man Dan. It is on. I already see Greg Z is in the house. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope you're happy. And then who do we got? Lunatic Showtime. That's right. I love it. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I see some regulars whipping up on the screen, but if you're new to the show, let me tell you what we do here. We go ahead and we review beers. Two of them, two delicious beers, and there is no rhyme or reason. I go ahead and choose them. I give you a very natural, blue-collar kind of review of what they taste like, all while talking about the videos that came out last week on my channel, and then previewing the videos that come out this week on my channel. But it doesn't stop there. In between all these beers and talking about videos, who do we got? Barrow. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good to have you here. In between drinking and talking about videos, we go ahead. We have a lot of really fun segments like What Would You Rather? Greg Z, what do you do, Sean? Hey, Dad. Yes, good to see you here. I'm not doing a shot today, and I'll get to some stuff in a little bit, but let me finish this. Tenacious Freak. Yes. Oh, I did not know that. I didn't know that, but thank you. That is good to know. I don't see those ads. I just look at exactly at 3 p.m. and I go ahead and I press live. So I'll look into that, but thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that. And we do segments like What Would You Rather? And I got a fun one today. It's going to be exciting. We do another segment called This Day in History. And we do a segment called What Are You Reading? What Are You Watching? And we close it out with a quote of the week. But today is going to be lots of fun. And if you're just hopping on, you're going to love it. If you're a regular and you're on each and every week, thank you so much. I really look forward to speaking with you and having you be participants on the show and just enjoy, sit back, relax, whatever, wherever you are, have a beer and enjoy it. But those of you who are beer connoisseurs, today is going to be a lot of fun. Yes, finally, no more Biden. That's awesome. Today is going to be sick because I made a financial decision, and well, I went ahead and I purchased the most expensive beer I've ever bought. And don't know. Hey, Aston, I see you're new here. Jens is here. Yes. I bought the most expensive beer I've ever bought. I have no idea what it tastes like. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be that good because the way it is. And well, without further ado, let's roll right into it because I'm so excited and I want to drink it cold. I know a few of you guys saw my Facebook promo or my Instagram promo for today's show. But let me tell you real quick. Yesterday, I went down to San Diego. It's about 2.5 hours from Los Angeles. And if you ever want to see beautiful people and just bars full of beer, that is the place to go. San Diego is actually the city with the most microbrews or craft breweries in the United States. And I stayed right in downtown, had an amazing time, and I crossed over into their little island where our Navy is. And I went to this brewery called Coronado Brewery. It's a really fun local brew. It's not a huge place, but they got really good food, and their beers, as I was told in San Diego, are loved by so many people, and I had to go and check it out. So I went there. And they always have beers that you can buy, right? So I went ahead and sucked down a couple of drafts straight from the inside kegger, and then I went and took some home for today's show. Now here's where the decision of should I buy the most expensive beer possible? Yes. Okay, Jonathan, good to see you. Yes. How is it over there, guys? So I said, you know what? I owe it to you guys. And I wanted to try this beer, and it was $15 for one bottle. Okay, hey, Aquanuts. Yes, $15 for one 12-ounce bottle. Well, it's actually no, I'm sorry, 12.7. I watch the ads because I find them. Thank you. I appreciate that. This one. Guys, I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you. Let me introduce you to today's first beer, the most expensive beer I've ever bought. It's a barley wine ale aged in oak brandy barrels. Yes, Greg Z. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coronado Collection, the old Scallywag. Look at this bottle, okay? Check this thing out. This is a bitchin' bottle, I guess. I maybe paid too much for it. I don't know. It says the Coronado Collection is the limited release of our barrel-aged liquid treasures. Liquid treasures, all right? It's 2015 release of Old Scallywag barley wine ale aged in oak brandy barrels. Ooh, I'm hearing for 21 for Belgium. Damn, you got me beat then, Greg Z. This is 11%. 11.4%, so it's got some punch in it. Looking to get a little buzz. Like I said, I'm very curious. Scallywag, hey, Scallywag, and I believe that's a British term, a pirate term, but up from wine ale aged in oak brandy is gonna taste. And I am skeptical, but let's go ahead. We have the red bottle open, 17 for the bottle, 4 cents for the beer. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and pop this sucker open and get a whiff. And ooh, baby. Oh, cool. Oh man. All right. So right away, yeah. I don't know how to specifically describe the smell of this particular one, but it definitely smells more like liquor than it does of beer. It's got a really sweet smell to it, and the manager that I was speaking with was saying that it's going to have a sweet smell because of the oak barrels that it's preserved in. So let's go ahead. We got our little mug here, and let's go ahead and pour this open, or pour this in, and you're gonna see me slip and slide today because I am still a little hungover from that brewery adventure. But hey, the show must go on, right? So here we go. Let's go ahead and pour this in there and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, right away I'm noticing a really dark look to it. Take a look. You are our beer test buddy. I love it. That's awesome. All right. So, first impressions of the pour. It is definitely pretty carbonated. It is not as black as one of our porters, but it's definitely got a muddy ale look to it. Okay. Ooh, yeah, there's that sweetness, that sweet smell. All right, $15 for one bottle of beer. Would you do it, or would you say, nah, pass? Let me know down right now if you go ahead and take this challenge and try it. We are drinking the Coronado Collection Old Scallywag. All right, here we go. I'm gonna give it a good, healthy sip. Looks good. Nice, Barrow. So I'm assuming you would spend the 15 bucks. You know, like I said, I'm not cheap, but I always definitely weigh my options. Yeah, it's definitely pass. Aquanauts going for the pass. All right, because with $15 you can buy pretty much like a case of beer, right? 15 too much, yeah. Okay, Jen's not gonna go for it. All right, well, here we go. I'm gonna test it out. Well, here we go. Oh. Wow. Old Scallywag. It tastes like a Scallywag. Oh man. All right, $15. Get more. Yeah, I know. All right, so. Wow. What the hell do I say about this thing? All right, it's thick, it's smooth, it's really creamy, but it's got that hint of some type of like brandy flavor. That's what it is. Brandy's not a whiskey, but it's its own liquor, right? And you can definitely taste that inside this beer. It's got a sweetness to it that I actually really like, but then it gives you that kind of numbing feeling that you do when you do shots. But this particular one is definitely strange, right? You can see my face when I first took a sip of it, because I'm used to going ahead and drinking a beer and it tasting like beer, but this thing's got a lot of taste going on. It better be for a 9 for it really worth it. You may, yeah, you know, I almost had the manager to go ahead and give me a couple. What I wanted to do was try a bunch. I'm a millionaire, no way for that unless the lady pouring it. Oh, Greg C. It looks like, yes, okay. All right, here we go. Well, not too bad. The first sip, like I said, I just took a burp and it kind of feels like grape juice. But let's get started with the regular show. We're into the beer. It's gonna be a fun time, and I'm talking about COVID. Right away, I'm going right into it. I hope you guys are safe. I hope that you're taking precautions and being careful out there, being diligent. This thing is not over, so don't let your guard down. You know, I know it's hard. Okay, you're you're getting a little antsy, probably just like me. Hey, Danny, 10 watching. That means a shot. There'll be no shots today, Greg Z. No shots. I got to go somewhere after this, and I can't be plastered. Actually, I'll get into it where I'm going to be going after this in a second. But you deserve an expensive. Drunatag. Yes, thank you. Yeah, why not, right? That was my whole reasoning of it. You know, my way to go and level it off was I deserve it. What the hell, you know? But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe. I did hear that cases here in the United States are rising. I also heard that it's flattening, so I don't know what to believe, but wherever you are, I hope that it's okay and safe. I also heard there's been some reports that people are getting it a second time. There was somebody here in New Jersey, I believe it was, that got it when it first came out and then passed and then got it again. I have to go to church after this and I need to go. Well, drink away, Greg. Drink your wine, drink your beer. But yeah, so apparently you can get it. So please be careful. I don't want anybody here to get it once, but certainly you are not protected, I guess. Hopefully that your body builds up some type of antibody. And then another thing that I saw is as things are opening up here in the United States, there's this weird thing going around. Okay, you buy the brew, we watch you drink it, and it's good. Not nice, Aquanauts. You have to spoil yourself. Yes, thank you, ladies, thank you. All right, but there is this weird thing going around, and it's all about the mask and stores in public. And you know, Americans are all about freedom. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's just a weird thing, right? So I saw that they're going ahead and they're teaching store owners how to de-escalate fights, because as we continue to open up, you know there's going to be fights in the store. You know it. They fight on Black Friday. They fight on, you know, any super sale. People fight in Walmart every day all across the United States. So they're out there. There's a company out there going to different stores, whether it be grocery store or department stores or somewhere in the mall, teaching Americans how to de-escalate people. Don't drop the, oh man, this is getting a little weird. But yes, isn't that crazy that we've come to this? It's like, you know, because there's going to be people that are going to wear masks, and there's going to be people that aren't going to wear masks. And whether you're this person or that person, definitely they're going to say something back to each other, and they're going to pop off, okay? And here in America, it's all about hold your ground and be tough and all this and blah, blah, blah. So you know there's going to be some crazy fights. There'll definitely be a lot of them at Walmart. There'll be a bunch in the mall. You know, how big, I don't know, but there is a company out there now teaching employees how to handle belligerent people. Whether you believe it or not, or you think it's your right or not, I don't really, you know, care or want to get into it, but it's just crazy that we're anticipating this. We're going into it knowing, and I definitely knew that this was coming. I mean, you look at the current political climate and the COVID, and people are stressed out here in this country, I'm sure in your country. So please, just stay safe. Hopefully everybody will be okay and you won't get into a fight at the supermarket. And well, do your best. And I hope that you and your families are all happy and healthy. Hey, if you're just joining us, this is what we're drinking, okay? I'm always a crazy guy, Greg. We are drinking this, well, it's called Old Scallywag. It's like an ale that has been aged in brandy oak barrels. So let's go in for another sip. It's from Coronado Brewing Company. I went to the brewery yesterday in San Diego. I fight with myself all the time. Oh, wow. Oh man, I took a bigger sip that time. I gotta be honest with you. I feel like I'm drinking water out of an old shoe. It's not good, man. It's not good at all. It's got a weird taste to it. And you know what's weird is like the brandy, right? You know when you drink a shot of brandy, and people definitely, I grew up in the snow, and I'm sure a lot of you people from Denmark, you know, drink brandy or schnapps or whatever. It gives you that like that ventilating feeling through of your chest, right? It kind of warms you up, as they will. Oh, it warms you up, that kind of feeling. You get that when you take a sip of this beer, and it's really peculiar. It's really weird, expensive shoe. Yeah, it's my dad's shoe. Yeah, but yeah, it's just really weird. It gives you that like eucalyptic feel, that menthol feel. You know when you take like the sore throat little tablets like Halls, it gives you that, and I think that's from the brandy. I don't know, but then the ale is just really weird tasting, and I'm already 2 sips in, but I'm not a huge fan of it already. We'll see how it develops throughout the show. It's a strong beer, so it is 11.4%. Skip it and go to the next one if you don't like it. Aston, that's a good suggestion, but I feel like, you know, an accurate, they fight here to the people are stressed out. Yeah, that's pretty much the same here, Drunatic. But Aston, going back to what you're saying, yeah, the thing is, drink that $15. I feel like I need to continue and give it an accurate review. If I just have a couple of sips, that really isn't giving it justice. We're gonna give it a chance all the way through. We're gonna go ahead and drink the whole thing. And but a good suggestion, you know, the worst beer I've ever had on this show, I think it was a 2, maybe a 2 or 3. It was called 26C. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think maybe Tenacious Freak was the only one watching me back then. Down it and go to the next one. You need to have a reserve, number 3. Nah, I got to go through with it, man, because that's the whole thing about the review, is like you can't always have the reviews being good beers and good things and like, oh, it's all, you know, you got to go ahead and you got to find those little skunkers, man. You got to go ahead and review honestly what you feel. I know you taste like. So I did this one called 26C, and it was made for 26.2 was the name of it, okay? And it was based off of a marathon. The number of miles is 26.2. And it was a beer that you were light in calories, but heavy in body, and you drink it, and it had a citric, refreshing, but the crazy part about it, it was infused with coriander. If you know what coriander is, it's on tacos. It's a weird herb, and it was just the weirdest friggin' beer. It had sea salt in it, which was actually good. So it was lime, sea salt, and coriander. I'm not sure. Greg Z and Tenacious Freak, you may have remembered I did that one. You guys are probably the only ones watching me way back then. It's probably about a year ago. But yeah, I got the lowest score. Every time I see it in the store, I laugh. But we're not off to a good start here with this expensive beer. But I'm happy that you're here. I like that pancakes. It was cheaper than your car. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah. Car's having some issues, guys. Going back to the shop tomorrow morning. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to the sports topic. I should have like the little sport thing come up. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm not going ahead and taking another slam of a beer is the Bills last week. If you remember, they were playing the next day. We got absolutely embarrassed. We got trounced. We got destroyed. We got demolished by the Tennessee Titans. Hey, you got to give respect and props due to a team that just they handed us. Oh, do you really? What? Wow. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so the Bills got demolished. I won't be slamming a beer. All right. Hey, Rocco. Yes. All right. Well, you guys remember we have Rocco here, and we are talking sports. Good to have you here. And here's, well, the next subject is all about Los Angeles sports. So we did the show on Sunday, and I believe the next night, the Los Angeles Lakers won the NBA championship. LeBron, woo, Anthony Davis, pretty excited about that. Really happy about that. Me particularly, I'm a Los Angeles Clippers fan. The reason I'm a Clippers fan is because they left Buffalo in the late 60s. So their roots, their organization comes from the city of Buffalo. Well, my wife tells me I know. So I'm always more of a Clippers fan. I was happy to see the Lakers win because I live here in Los Angeles, and the mood for the people that I work with, the people that I'm surrounded with, you know, out at my work, or just, you know, my friends, people I know, they're happy that the Lakers won. So congratulations to congratulations to the Lakers. I was really excited about that. But hey, now the next thing I want to talk about, and that is what Rocco is talking about. Now, if you don't know, Rocco joined us a few weeks ago, and he's here again to join us. Thank you. But Rocco is one of the die-hard Dodger fans that I speak of. So if you don't know anything about baseball, if you're hopping out from a different country that wants to have baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers are the hometown here. There's another team in Anaheim. Hey, I hate LA Spirit, like the LA basketball back in the late 80s. Don't even get me going. Yes, Greg, we want to get you going. We definitely want to get you going. So I'm sure you want to hear all about the Dodgers. Now, here's the deal. So one of the hardest things in sports to do is come back on a 7-game series when you're down 3-1. It means you have to win 3 games after the team that you're playing has already won 3 games, so you end up winning the series by 4 games. Yes. So it's hard, right? It's impossible, pretty much. It's only been done, I don't want to say in all sports because I really don't know, and I don't want to bullshit you guys, but in baseball it's really hard, right? You can really clamp down on people. So the Dodgers were down 3-1 to the Atlanta Braves, and they came back last night by, I gotta say, the outfielder that they picked up in the offseason, Mookie Betts. Oh, what a phenomenal player. I mean, let's not talk about what he does offensively, but he's actually saved the Dodgers' asses incidentally 2 times over the last 2 nights with 2 amazing catches. If you want to check them out, just type in Mookie Betts catches, playoff catches. You'll see him. He makes 2 outstanding catches. Coming from a former outfielder, I know how much it takes to make that kind of performance. So congratulations, that was awesome, both of them. But tonight they go ahead and they play the Atlanta Braves. The winner will go on to face the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in the World Series. So since my team, the New York Yankees, are out, I definitely will be pulling for the home team, Los Angeles Dodgers, as I really want to see, well, the people I work with, the people that I'm surrounded with, happy, right? There's no need to like hate on it. I have no, I have no stake in the claim, that kind of thing. So go Dodgers for tonight. I hope that you can pull it off. I'm pulling for you. And that leads me to the next thing. Easy, because I was last night in San Diego. I stayed at the Hard Rock Cafe. I should have did a review there. Pretty cool to see all the different memorabilia, but subpar hotel. Had some guy like 2 floors down just cranking music till 4 a.m. But the coolest thing about it was they upgraded me to a super suite, so I had a friggin' living room. How awesome is that? Travel Man Dan had a friggin' living room at his hotel. But literally, I would open the double doors onto the patio, and there was Petco Park. And when I mean there, I mean like not even, like probably 100 yards. The lights from the baseball field were shining through my fancy DMD. Thank you, Aston. The lights were shining through my hotel room, and you could hear the announcer, and it was just awesome. And then when Tampa Bay beat the Houston Assholes, I was so excited. The reason I call them assholes is because they cheated. You can go ahead and check it out if you don't know, but cheating's not acceptable in any form. But yeah, I was really excited about that. So that's my little sports blurb. And then, of course, if you're an international fight fan like myself, I don't know if you happen to check out last night's Lomachenko versus Lopez fight, but Lopez actually defeated Lomachenko. Thank you. Boxing match. I'm going to go ahead and watch it again after this. I want to go ahead and analyze it and kind of look at the fighters and stuff. I love Lomachenko, and Lopez is no joke, man. He's got a left hook, man. It's just phenomenal. So anyway, I hope that you guys are doing good. If you're just hopping on, this is what we're drinking. Live from the brewery Coronado Collection. If you've never been to San Diego and you want to go and drink beer and be around beautiful people, I definitely suggest it, because there's tons of breweries, there's lots of beautiful people, and well, this is what we're drinking. $15 for this beer, okay? $15 for 1 bottle of beer. Literally my heart sunk when the manager told me. I was like, how much for that one? He's like, $15. I go, no, just the bottle. He's like, $15. And I was like, what? So anyway, here we go. Oh, wow. All right. Well, sticking with what I was telling you before, it's not very good, guys. 50. You should ask for a yeah. Oh man. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, $15, man. So anyway, but we're doing it, and I gotta be honest with you. There's a lot of complexity going on in this beer. There's a lot of each sip. There's like even some chocolate that I taste going on, and I can taste the oak brandy barrel that it was aged in. I can feel the smoothness of it as the carbonation is let go, and it is an ale, but it's not really highly carbonated like certain ales. I definitely taste also that maltiness, and that may be the similarity that it's going on with the chocolate flavor. But it's an interesting beer, right? It's not the best of beers, but whatever. Anyway, so hey guys, told you about my trip in San Diego. Had a fantastic time. Not only is the brewery awesome, but the food is really good. I didn't think I was going to tell anybody this. Dad, I'm really sorry. I'm going to go ahead and tell you something, Dad. Please don't hold it against me. I'll just let the cat out of the bag in case there's ever some pictures circulating or things happening. Yesterday, I may have made a cardinal sin at the brewery. It was dangerous, but I wanted to try it. Dad, please forgive me. I promise I'll redeem myself December 23rd immediately. But yesterday I was at the brewery and I tried, hey, I tried a California style pizza with avocado. I know, and you know what's terrible about it? I actually really liked it. It was so good. It was like, you know, an artesian pizza with avocado and bacon and tomatoes, and it was the California style, so it had the white cream sauce instead of the marinara. I mean, I'm used to like the cup and char, and if you don't know what cup and char is, it's little pepperonis, like real small, thick cup pepperonis, and when they're baked on pizza, they curl up into like little swimming pools full of grease. You drink malt liquor, and if you do, what's your favorite? I used to drink malt liquor, but I fell down too many times. So if I had to go back, I haven't seen it in a very long time. I used to buy it in New York when I was a kid. It's called Crazy Horse. But you're gonna see me drink malt liquor on December 27th. Don't think anyone goes on that. You're gonna see me drink malt liquor on December 27th when I go ahead and drink Edward 40 Hands. But Dad, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I had avocado on pizza, and I liked it. Oh, Junatic, Rocco, what's going on right now? Bellissimo. All right, guys, the next thing I want to talk to you about is show and tell. Oh man, we got an awesome show and tell. And well, Rocco, I don't know if you're interested in this, but if you are, just give me a thumbs up and I'll be sure to bring you a 2-pack. I'll put it next to the cooler. And guys, I want to introduce you to a new, fun, delicious food. Let me tell you a little bit of backstory. Here in the United States, every autumn, every fall season, there's this like rage that goes around from coffee shops to foods to restaurants where they get into pumpkin spice. Right? Pumpkin spice is all the rave. Everyone's talking about it. They gotta have that. Good idea, Rocco. You guys are awesome. But you always see some crazy stuff, right? America has no holds bar. Every company, every corporation, they're always trying to one up themselves or one up other people. So every fall you're gonna see like a wide array of different variations of this pumpkin spice. Of course, everybody knows about the memes and things like that about, you know, white girls liking their pumpkin spice lattes and all that kind of funny stuff. What's going on? Last time we had 20 people. Well, don't worry. That's okay. This show's going on. Greg Z, we're going to have more people. But, you know, as we get into the fall holiday season, we don't, you know, I'm grateful for 7. Trust me. I used to do it with 2 people. But today's show and tell is a lot of fun because it's one of my favorite brands, one of my favorite companies, one of my favorite foods, and it's a little twist on the pumpkin spice. It is pumpkin spice, but let's, yes, it's quality, not quantity. I agree with you, boss. All right, so let me introduce you guys to today's show and tell. Check this out. Hostess Twinkies Pumpkin Spice. Check it out, dude. Little Twinkie man. All right, they make their own variation. I'm gonna go ahead and try it right here. Give you guys a little mini Food Friday. I'm not sure in Europe or India, you guys have Twinkies? How about over in Norway? And what else we got? Do you have them in England? Love pumpkin spice. Lunatic. You would love America then. The United States has so many crazy pumpkin spices. But let me give you 3 different scenes just in case. Screens. Okay. All right. So this is it. This is a Twinkie. All right. It is like a piece of cake, and inside you can see where they go ahead and they squirt in the cream, and it's individually wrapped. So Rocco, I'll bring you some tomorrow. All right, let's take. Ooh, man, you really. The minute you open that sucker up, it is just filled with the aroma of nutmeg and pumpkin spice. And this is it, man. My friend at job there, they would ask him, "What's your job?" And he would say, "Phil." Yeah, they're a great handful. Yes, these are awesome little Twinkies. All right. Yes. So this is the pumpkin spice. This is the show and tell. Let's go ahead and try it out. Not bad. All right, not bad. All right, so a little bit smaller. Over the last few years, slowly and surely, companies have been shrinking their size. I know you know what I'm talking about if you live in the United States. The cookies are getting just a little smaller. Twinkies a little bit smaller. There's less cream in there, but really good. Now you can see the pumpkin spice. It tastes like an off of gingerbread. But not bad. All right, I have a 10 count here, individually wrapped. Barrow. Do you guys have these in India? Yeah, not bad. You know, the funny thing is like if you took Hostess and all their cupcakes and you unwrapped them, because they always come individually wrapped. Rocco, Dad, I'm sure you guys can vouch for this. Yeah, it was good. If you took Hostess and put them on a nice platter, like all the cupcakes and the snowballs and the zingers and all these fun stuff, Twinkie pumpkin spice, and you put them on a nice fancy dish and you serve them up, people would have no idea that they're like the common over the counter at the aisle kind of store bought food, and really delicious. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put a couple right now inside my book bag for work. All right, USA is candy heaven. We don't have this in Europe. Oh yeah, I know, dude. USA is unbelievable for sugar. I mean, it's just, if you're ever into like snack food and you're a sugar craver, this is the place to be. Hey guys, if you're just hopping on, this is what we're drinking. It's dark as hell. We're drinking the Coronado Brewery, live from the brewery. I was posted up yesterday, having a good time. No problem, Rocco. No problem, Paisan. Hell yeah. And this is what we're drinking. So let's go back into it. It's 11.4%, so it is of the stronger beers. But let's go ahead and wash down that pumpkin spice. Okay, see, now pairing with food, it's a little better. Old Scallywag, eh? You know, it's a little bit better. It's not as harsh. The vapors that come out of your chest from that brandy, that like weird menthol feeling, it's not as intense. It's really not as bad as the first few sips. The first few sips, like I said, tasted like I was drinking out of somebody's shoe. But it's definitely not bad. You can definitely taste more of the malt as it tastes more of a chocolatey flavor. You definitely taste that barrel aged that's been done in brandy. And well, I'm not going to give it as low of a score as I was thinking, but as I start to digest and kind of do these little things and these little intricacies that you don't really know about that I go ahead and gather my score on. It's really actually quite delicious. Hey guys, I want to pick it up and bring you the last week's video. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but it's one of my favorite things, and to be honest with you, I'm really loving the way the channel is growing and all the difference. You have to go to the score price. Yeah, yes, I'm working on it. Me and Tenacious Freak were talking about that. I'm really loving the way the channel has happened and is forming because of COVID. And you know, I'm not about getting, you know, so big and, you know, just getting millions of subscribers and being this YouTube superstar. What I'm about is getting better, okay? Learning how to go through each and every week and put out videos, and ultimately stuff that I enjoy doing, right? Because that's what's going to keep you going. If you don't like doing something, if it's forced and you're chasing trends and it's like you're a poser, you're a fugazi, you know, you're just a fake, you know, and it's not what it's about. So last week's video was one of my favorite things that I created because of COVID, and that was reading Man Dan. I really enjoy that. I feel the potential in it. I've only been doing it about 6 months, but if you haven't checked out that video, I did another Dr. Seuss book, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. And the reason that I like doing it so much is, well, I'm able to connect to different type of people. With you guys, I'm able to connect to people that I would probably hang out with outside of my work, or not choosing. I would choose you guys as my friends. Like, we all beer, we like talking about stuff, we hang out, and it's very one-on-one, and I like that, and I like this audience. But with Reading Man Dan, I feel like I can go ahead and read to children, okay? Be slapstick, be funny, use my personality as an actor, and just be creative in terms of a younger audience. I mean, this stuff is already written and it's great, and the opportunity is there because people are always going to be writing children's books. And when you got great stuff like, look at this, we see them come, we see them go. Some are fast and some are slow. I mean, just simple, easy stuff. But you never know who you're going to impact by doing that. You never know who you're going to inspire by reading this simple Dr. Seuss book. I never thought I would be doing this. Last year, I never thought I would be doing it. It just struck me because I came from teaching. I came from kindergarten teaching. I always loved story time. And I was like, wow, now I can ingrain that. And now I'm actually growing and getting bigger and better at it. And people contact me, and hopefully I'll be able to continue to advance and get better, and eventually be able to use that skill and, you know, make people smile, make them happy. I saw it and loved it. Thank you, Drunatic. Thank you so much. I saw that you live on a small little island in Denmark, and I love that. That is awesome. That is so cool. That you're gonna like the What Would You Rather, guys. So that is last week's video. Check it out if you get some time. If you know any kids, if you know anybody that's younger, just pass it along. Maybe they'll enjoy it. Maybe they'll see some other stuff. I don't mean that in an egotistical way of like, look at me, you gotta go, yeah, like, well, I'll drink, but then my wife, she teaches Poland, yeah, knows it. That's awesome. And borrow, yes, that's great, Greg Z. I love that, man. You know, teaching people is really important to me. And, you know, being a kid, and you're teaching them lessons off of One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, what can you teach them, right? And you may think it's like silly rhymes and stuff, but if you watch it all the way to the end, it's about the world that we live in right now, and that everyone is different, and they may look different, and some people are bigger, and some people are taller and skinnier and different, and they have different hair. You know, it's all about living together, and I don't mean to be cliche or corny, but coexist, if you will. And that's what's cool about it. And Dr. Seuss makes it fun. And if I can go ahead and bring that kind of spark of life to children, I'm really pumped up about it, to be honest with you. We're all different, but we're all the same. Exactly, Greg. That's very well said. It's you know, not contrary to your regular rhetoric. that is well said, my friend. Hey guys, if you don't know and you haven't checked it out yet, I don't know if you saw this viral sensation. I worked in a kindergarten for over 13 years. Oh, Drunatic, you are just a dead ringer. All right. But I don't know if you saw it, but there's a guy. Well said, Greg. Yes. There's a guy that is super famous right now. He got famous off of his TikTok account. Okay, Nathan Apotheca. And what he is, he was a potato factory worker, and he would make these funny dance videos like you know, like doing like cholo dances and like and we are in the world. Yes, we are the world. Nice, Byro. But he made a really cool video of him skateboarding because his car broke down, drinking an Ocean Spray bottle, and then like mimicking Stevie Nicks and a Fleetwood Mac song. Hey, we got one. Joe, what's up? Yes, we have on cue one of my students here. Thank you so much for joining me. The original love. Thank you so much. Good to see you. I hope that you and all the kids are doing well. I miss you guys. Give everyone a hello, a big hug. Tell them Mr. D, Coach D said hello, and hope you're doing well. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, check out Cranberry Dreams. It's really cool, and it's neat how this guy got so popular. I mean, this guy is super famous off of 15 seconds, and all he was doing is just being natural. Which reminds me that I want to bring up this thing, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this. This is the next big word amongst kids that's gonna like break out, right? You're gonna see it, and it's wholesome. Wholesome. You're gonna start seeing it everywhere. Trust me. Family Guy. Hey Dan, I don't know if you remember, but we were a substitute teacher 4 years. I got the youth. Yes, I do. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for hopping on. And Family Guy, you, I taught you 4 years ago. That must have been when I first came back from China. So thank you so much. The channel has grown. No, it couldn't have been that long ago because I only been doing the channel 2 years ago. But I was your substitute teacher, I'm sure. I hope you had fun. Mr. D, come on, bro. He's a fun. Thank you. I hope you guys had fun. You know, the thing is, I really loved, enjoyed teaching you guys, and I hope that you guys had fun. Say hello to Family Guy. These are my students, guys, so keep it clean, right? They're young kids, and, you know, I know you're not old enough to drink, but Coach D's having a couple beers. This is what we're drinking for the rest of you guys. This is Coronado. Maybe if you're looking for a good Christmas gift for your parents, get them the Coronado Collection Old Scallywag. All right, it's an interesting beer. I will say that. I'm gonna go ahead. I mean, you are much better than making us run. We played games. Yes. Hey, Lori Cordola. Yes, guys. Everyone give a warm welcome to Lori Cordola and Family Guy. Cheers, everybody. Yes. Good to see you here. Shouts out to you guys. You know, the thing is no, I'm not going to make you just run. I did that. I played sports in the 80s and 90s. I had coaches like that. Be smoking. All right, kids, go run. All right, I'm going to head out. Thank you so much for stopping by. Lori, yes. All right. So, guys, I just want to bring something up because, well, I don't know if we're going to be on point, but we have Rocco Cordola and we have Lori Cordola. So everyone, let's wish them a happy anniversary. I know their anniversary is coming up. So now that we have them here, it's in a few weeks, I believe. But I just wanted to say it's great having you guys in my life. Thank you so much. To many, many more years of marriage. I hope you're happy. I hope you're have a hell of a time. Stay healthy and happy anniversary. Yes. Wow. All right. Must have been the pumpkin spice, okay, in the jowls of my jaw, because 20 years. 20 years. Wow. That's awesome. That is amazing. So congratulations. I wish you guys 20 more. We are blessed to have thank you, Rocco. Yeah, that's awesome. So guys, 20 years to the Cordolas. Let's wish them a happy anniversary. Definitely something to be envious of, and they have beautiful children, and yeah, I'm really happy for you guys. You should drink one of these. I definitely will. You're in good hands, Lori. You're in good hands. Hey, moving on, guys. It's one of our favorite times. It's one of the best parts of the show, and that is what would you rather? There's no right or wrong. There is absolutely no penalty for answering. Okay, it's just your opinion. Would you rather have this? Would you rather have that? Would you rather this, that, this, that? Okay, what would you rather? I'm gonna go ahead and give you 5 questions. You let me know. You can tell me now. I may not respond to it because there's so much information going on, so it slows down the show, and I also want to respond to it. So the best thing to do is after the show's over, I'll go ahead and put the 5 questions back in the description and go ahead and leave me a comment letting me know your 5 what would you rathers. And here we go. All right. What would you rather? All right. Would you rather go and visit Niagara Falls, both sides, the American and the Canadian, the whole gamut, or the Great Wall of China? A couple of wonders of the world, a couple of beautiful places. All right, now the Great Wall of China, people don't really understand this or not know about it, but it's actually 3,000 miles long. So it's as long as the United States. So when I say that, I'm going to put you right smack dab in Beijing, in the highest and most beautiful spot. So what would you rather? Niagara Falls or the Great Wall? And if you haven't seen any of my videos, how about it, check it out. I did a video on each one. I was at the Great Wall and I went to Niagara Falls. Growing up in Buffalo, New York, every time I went there, I was just amazed at it. I think it's just the most beautiful thing. I think it's so powerful and overwhelming to see that water flow and the beauty of it. It's almost, thank you, Dronitic, it's almost like when you watch fire. It's mesmerizing. Now, the Beijing Great Wall is nothing to scoff about. You see this thing and you realize, like, dude, up and down these stairs, 2 or 3 little like sections will wipe you out. That's how big this place is. That's how massive the Great Wall is. And when you think about all the years they built on this and how amazing this feat is, it's it puts into perspective how beautiful it is. But for me, you know, I almost married a Canadian, and I would always cross the border. And this was a long time ago, back in the late 90s. So I would go to Canada like every other day, and every time I would see the mist and hear the thunder roar of the water, it's just epic. So for me, it's Niagara Falls all the way. I'm definitely a homer, so yeah, and I will pick Niagara Falls. But hey, there's no right or wrong, like I said. And here comes number 2. Beautiful. Number 2. All right. What would you rather? Would you rather go down the most freaking craziest, amazing, so much fun, just super water slide, all right? Just, you need to wrap this up here and use the 60 minutes going on. You're staying right where you are, Greg, and you are not going to the House of Corrections. Water slide, whipping through, craziness, awesomeness, but with your clothes on, you got your sneakers on, maybe you got your chains, your watch, and you're on a roller coaster. Okay? Would you rather go on a roller coaster or a water slide? What's it gonna be? You know, I used to love roller coasters as a kid, but I got into a car accident and something happened. Something weird mechanism went on in my mind. I don't know what it was. We're trying to get through it. I definitely hope to go ahead and try it again one time. But for me, I love water slides all my life. I just love being in my bathing suit, whipping through, you know, and then boom, the splash. Yes, Rocco knows what's up. By the way, guys, I don't know if you know this, but Rocco has the most amazing swimming pool I've ever seen. Yes, you know, the Cordolas, of course, they're gonna pick the water slide. They absolutely love it. But me too. I'm definitely on the water slide. So you know, if you've ever been down a fun water slide, here we have in California and Los Angeles, we have Magic Mountain, and they have an amazing water slide park. Lots of fun. But hopefully I'll get back on the roller coaster someday. But for me, it's always going to be water slide. All right, number three, getting ready. Number 3. And this one involves pictures. All right. Now we had the pumpkin spice Twinkie for show and tell. So sticking with the theme of desserts, and well, we have a huge Danish crowd, right? The Danes like this. I thought it would be fun to do this because I was in Denmark, when was it? About a year and a half ago. And it was one of the, probably the best vacation I've ever had. Amazing, loved it. And yeah, hopefully I can marry a Dane woman one day. All right, so here we go. So what would you rather? Would you rather, all right, eat one of these, okay, delicious raspberry bars from Denmark? Now, look at these things. I know it kind of looks like something for most Americans as something that would come off of Starbucks, but no, these are the Danish, like, most popular pastry. And help me out. I forget what it's called. If you could let me know down below right now in Danish. These things are like crispy and they got flaky. They are amazing, and these little crunchy things on top, when you bite into them, it just sends that beautiful zing of cranberryness through you. And Starbucks went ahead and they must have stole it, because every Christmas they put out something very similar to this, like these cheesecake bars, but these are the original ones from Denmark. Yes, they are called the Handerschneit. Okay, kind of that. The Handerschneits. I think I said that right. Aquanuts, I'm sorry if I didn't. My Danish is not very good, but these things are awesome. So, what would you rather? One of these, or a tray of these, or yeah, I've been to Magic Mountain, did not go. Oh, okay. Next time you come to LA, we'll go to Magic Mountain, the water slide together. All right, or Turkish Baklava. Check that out, okay? Now, the picture's enlarged. I know it looks like a hamburger bun, but down here is all this sweet, granola, crunchy honeyness, okay? Then you have the flaky pastry, and then over here, like the Salt Bay, okay? He's going ahead and he's dropping pistachios all over this. Oh man, Handelsbar Schneeder. Okay, so what would you rather? Dessert time. They look amazing too. Does are you going with the Schneider from Denmark, or are you going with the Turkish Baklava? Both very delicious. I will smash a tray of both of them. I really enjoy them. I told you already. I'm sorry. I was probably running through stuff. So. What's it gonna be for me? It looks delicious, yes. I'm definitely gonna go with one of my favorite all-time desserts, and that is the Schneeder. Okay, this friggin' thing is awesome. If you ever have a chance to go to Denmark, or if you ever find this one, the one in Starbucks is pretty good. That comes around the Christmas, but they use a little too much cream cheese, where the original one that's in Denmark is a little flakier, okay? It's got a little more of a pastry to it, so it's really good. You don't get that like crazy frostiness to it, but definitely send them a recipe. Please do. Please do. This one, I want the original Danish. I want a Danish grandma to send me a version of how to make these things, because they're freaking awesome. All right, going to number 4. What would you rather? I know we're going a little bit longer. We're going a little bit slower, but we're having fun. It's Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. And we're having a good time. Make them at home. Yeah, Aquanuts. Do you make them? I'll send. Oh, please do, man. I definitely want to see them. I love them. Number 4. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and, I grew up in the 80s, a headbanger sort of. And my cousin Johnny was a big-time headbanger. And he always had the hair bands, but I was really into, like, Cinderella, Poison. Unfortunately, we lost one great guitar player and leader of a band. So, what would you rather, okay? You can only listen to him. Would you rather Van Halen or Motley Crue? Okay? That's a tough one, right? I mean, both of them get you charged up in different ways. And Motley Crue went away for a while, and then they came back with Dr. Feelgood, and like their music is just really on point. But there's nothing better than Eddie Van Halen and Sammy Hagar, David Lee Roth. I don't care who you got in there. Eddie Van Halen, yes, Laurie, he was the man. Such a cool dude, such a just a prodigy at his craft. And yes, I've seen a lot of people liking Van Halen, and for me, what would I rather? If I had to pick one, I definitely like Motley Crue a lot, but Eddie Van Halen passed away. Yeah, sad news. So rest in peace. You know, it's a sad, right? I mean, especially such a guy that had so many, he had more years to him, and he gave so much of his life, and well, he lived a life worth living, is that what they say? So, you know, for me, it's gonna be Van Halen. Love Motley Crue, but definitely, if I only could choose one, I would rather Van Halen. All right, now number 5. This one's not too gross. Okay, I always have an alternate. Lori, please, you might want to plug your ears, or you're gonna look at me. But what would you rather? Question number 5 is always a dirty or disgusting one. Nothing weird, sexual, perverted. Yes, David Lee Roth was awesome, but just something scuzzy, right? Something dirty, scumbag. So this one is always funny. Always gets a kick out of people. So here we go. Since we're talking about old stagnant water, what would you rather? You have to drink a 12-ounce glass. Okay? That's awesome. What would you rather? You have to drink a 12-ounce glass, okay, of old, stagnant aquarium water. I mean, I'm talking like the fish are out, okay? The water level was almost at the top, but the fish were pulled out. So over 3 months through evaporation, it's down to the lowest part. It's been sitting in the gravel. It's been having like fish poop in it. It has all kinds of little pieces of gravel and just junk that goes on with the fish life. And it's just that old aquarium water. It smells disgusting. It smells absolutely horrible. And you just can't fathom the idea of putting your face in that aquarium to clean it, let alone drink it. Okay? So, sorry, Aston. You know number 5 is gross. So, a 12-ounce glass of aquarium water or a 12-ounce glass, okay, a warm glass of apple juice. You might want to call it apple cider. But in that is 4 tablespoons, okay, full tablespoons, rounded out at the top, of old elbow and knee scabs. Okay, they pulled them off of people all around that fell and whatever. And you know when you get that scab on your knee, and it just, you cut it open, and then 3 or 4 days after Neosporin, you get that dark scab, and you want to itch it, and you want to pick it. That's what I'm talking about. Scraping that scab, scraping that little scab into a tablespoon, right? And then stirring it into the apple cider. And then what would you rather? Okay, old, smelly, disgusting, putrid aquarium water, or an old glass of old Scallywags, will ya? And you gotta drink it. Both are very tough. I flirted with old aquariums as a child many of days, as my little brother always tried to bring in. I've had an accident drinking that water. Oh man, so you actually drink it. I was gonna say, me and my brother would leave our aquariums, and my mother and father would get so pissed. And man, that water was so smelly, like just. And I think we had salamanders at one point too, but scabs, dude, and nasty. The scab's gross. So I'm going with the 12-ounce glass of aquarium water. Oh man, gross. Absolutely disgusting. Thanks for joining us on What Would You Rather. But we're gonna go back to something funner. Let me know after the show's over if you want to go ahead and put down in the comments your 5 what would you rather. I'll answer back always. Guys, we're drinking old Scallywag from the Coronado Brewing Company. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and slug this down. We're at an hour. We're keeping the show rolling. We're going to roll right into this day in history. So let me go ahead, slug this down. I'll give you a score and we'll go right into this day in history. Man, it's almost like as the longer it sits in room temperature, well, is it worth it at $15? It's almost like as it sits in room temperature, does it get better? I don't know. It's $15. It's got a smooth, bold taste to it. You know, there was points of it that I really hated, There was points of it that I really liked. So, to be fair to the brewery, was it worth it? For the show, yeah, absolutely. I wanted to try it. I don't spend $15 on much because, well, you know, yeah, I just don't. So I look at it like, hey, $15, I could buy 24 beers. And it's not so much of like that I wouldn't, because I obviously bought it. Because anytime I can buy quality over quantity, I will. But I just didn't really know what to expect from this beer, because it was a beer that I've never seen before or tried. It's got a weird maltiness. It's got some notes in there that I'm a little unfamiliar with. Would I buy it again? I'll pass the nasty water. Would I buy it again? No. After knowing what I know, would I buy it? No. But would I suggest you to buy it? Yes, I would. Because I'm all about that. I'm all about, it's paper money. It's just a little, and I value it. And I trust me. I work hard to try to get it. And but if you're interested and you have some curiosity about something, and all it is $15, I'll go ahead and pound pavement to go ahead and find out what's inside this bottle. So really interesting. Thanks to the Coronado Brewery for presenting it, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a flat even score of 5. That's right, we're giving it a 5. Right down the middle. A little unsure about it. It's definitely strong. I can see I'm getting a little red, but definitely I would say if you see it, try it. And if you see something that is higher in price and you're curious about it, splurge. All right, it's worth it, because then you can formulate an opinion. Yeah, I know, tenacious freak. I know you drank in some crazy expensive beers from Holland, so that's just my opinion. You could do whatever you want. Didn't expect to score that high. Yeah, it sucked. Exactly. I was getting there. I was gonna give it more around a 3 or 4, but it had. Hey, Bubba! Yes, welcome, Bubba. All right, just in time for the second beer. Let's crank things up here. We got about 30 more minutes, because after this, I'm getting a phone call from a new podcast that's going to interview me about my acting experience overseas in China. They're a really fun podcast called The Kevin and Nikki Show, and they interview guests to talk about their experience as an actor, and they thought it would be interesting to go ahead and interview me about my experience working overseas. So looking forward to that. That's in about an hour, so I got to finish the show in about 30 minutes, but this is what we're doing now. We are doing the second beer from the Coronado Brewing Company. Little fun beer. Is definitely, I think, going to be a little tastier, and it's called Weekend Vibes IPA. Check it out. So you got your weekend vibes, right? That's I'm weekend vibing. Actually, I'm not totally weekend vibing, because the Bills play tomorrow at 2:00, and it's a shitty time start. But I won't be able to see the game. Red man, yeah, I know. Won't be able to see the game, but we have weekend vibes. Okay, this is from the Coronado Brewing Company, the same place as I got the last beer. The alcohol percentage is... Alright, this is not a very strong beer. This is a 6.8%. So it does register on the strength scale. Remember, anything on the show above 6%? Well, watch it at work. That's... Yes! Boss, I promise you, I wasn't foreshadowing. I was just mentioning it on the show. All right, here we go. Weekend vibes. Let's take a look. All right, right away I can see this is much lighter looking, but don't be fooled by the IPA. Sometimes the lighter kind of yellow look and clear look can be just as strong as some of the darker beers. All right, really fun stuff going down in here. Right away I can see the vibe. How much does this one cost? Now, I will tell you, guys, I like that cost thing, huh? All right, this one is much cheaper. So for 6 of them, okay, for 6 of them, it was $11. So much cheaper than the other one before. And I definitely have some more to sample. But well, like I said before, sometimes you just gotta go ahead and just try it. And like Drunatic said, splurge. You deserve it, Travel Man Dan. You know, I bust my ass at this channel and getting out there, all these videos and stuff like that. So $15 a beer, 11 for 6, it all evens out in the end. I'm happy I can show you guys. But right away, let's take a look at that, right? Don't worry, a little bit, I can still see your comments. All right, I'm winking. It's got more of a lemonade kind of look to it. Let's go ahead. It's not a super like hazy IPA. Remember, it's called Weekend Vibes. Now, I haven't seen my father pop up in a while. Hey, Pops, are you still there? Are you still watching? What are you doing? You out there smoking brisket? All right, let's go ahead and try out this Weekend Vibes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That is really good, guys. That is like a, man, that's like, yeah, super clear, but you know, it's still a 6.8%. But this beer right here, okay, it's got an enormous refreshing flavor. And I don't know if that's because the other beer was so thick and heavy, but this one has got really refreshing flavor to it. It's clear, it's crisp. Okay, it's got great carbonation. Hey, Pops, you're still here. Yes. Hey, did you smoke that Hungarian sausage? Or did you, what are you putting in the smoker? Let everybody know. My father got a new smoker, and he's been cooking it up, man. Loves it. Pop, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to get home. I'm going to bug your ass every day for more food. I'm going to clean out the refrigerator just like a good son should do. But really delicious. This is the spot, right? Hey, really clean, refreshing. Not really overpowering on any type of citric. You know, some IPAs are really like grapefruity. Some are really lemony. This one is right down the middle. Yeah, so yeah, it's delicious. Aquanuts, I think you would like this one. Pops, I'm really excited to get back home. I'll be home at 10:30 on December 23rd. I hope we can go to Sophia's and we'll get some slamming breakfast. But in the meantime, I want to tell you guys about the Food Friday video that's coming out next week. Woohoo! Now, I think the smoker is broken. What the hell? No. You guys, nah, you're just saying that. I know you. You say shit's broken all the time. That's like, you know, like every dad has that trick up his sleeve, right? I'm sure those of you that have children are like, oh no, it's broken. It's never been broken, because dads take care of shit, especially my dad. He's very meticulous about the care of things. So the smoker that was just bought is not broken. He just wants to say that so he doesn't have to go out in the freezing cold Buffalo weather and cook out some brisket, sausages, you know, steaks, if you will, chicken wings. All right, anyway, guys, I'm gonna do a Food Friday at one of the coolest places and funnest places for me, because when I eat it, I don't necessarily love it because I lived in China for so many years, but going back to American smoked food, yeah, my dad loves it. And I'm going to go to this place called, oh no, I forgot it, the Panther Express, okay, and it's fast food Chinese food. And it's really popular here in the United States. It's a nationwide chain, and this week's Food Friday will be from there. And if you haven't seen that, check it out, because I'm going to do a lot of Chinese analytical comparisons, how you can never find an egg roll in mainland China, or they don't have fortune cookies. That was a made-up thing that was brought over from possibly Japan or Taiwan. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Panda Express is like the total token Chinese food, but you know, not saying it's disgusting, because I actually like some of the food. And one of the items that I will probably order is the orange chicken, which they do have in mainland China, but it typically comes in orange pork. So it's, if you know orange chicken, most Westerners know it and are familiar with it. But you know what I gotta do is some Indian food, borrow. So don't worry, maybe before the end of the year, I'll pop into a place. But hey, moving right along. If you're just hopping on, the show's cruising. We are drinking this one, Weekend Vibes IPA. It's from the Coronado Brewing Company. One of the coolest places I've ever been. If you take that bridge over to Coronado Island and you're in San Diego, there is this amazing hotel. It's called Del Coronado. It's this beautiful, like, wooden sculpture, just epic, crazy building. Like, all the energy is around that and the island. It's a beautiful place. Feels like it was plucked right out of Dirty Dancing. Really fun stuff. But this is the beer we're drinking. Enjoying it so far. It seems to hit the sweet spot of what I actually like, where you have a strong beer, has a good flavor, and it has a little bit of citric to it. All right, here we go. Now is one of my favorite times, so get ready. I want to go ahead and make a disclaimer. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not a history professor. I am not a history teacher. I just like history. Things that happen. I get them off of the internet that tell me what had happened on this day in history. Yeah. All right, here we go. This day in history, October 18th. Sticking to my Danish thing. On 1016, this day in history, the Danes defeat the Saxons at the Battle of Azadun, okay, or Ashingandon. I don't know if I said that right. I probably butchered it, but the Danes beat the Saxons. And if you don't know about that, it's some crazy Viking, like real Nordic history. And those of you that are my Danish friends, I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the huge support. And well, your history is really cool. And on this day in history, in 1016, you defeated the Saxons. All right, rolling on. On this day in history, October 18th, 1867, the Alaskan Purchase happened. That's right, the United States takes formal possession of Alaska from Russia for, guess how much? Guess. Anybody, I'm waiting on you. Guess how much we bought Alaska for? $7.2 million. What? That's crazy, right? That is nuts. Okay, and things would look a lot different, right, if Russia never sold that to us. Because Alaska, well, although you can, I think you could shimmy along the border, 50 million. I think you could shimmy around, yeah, I think, no, 7.2 million. I think you could shimmy around the border of Canada and still stay what's considered in the United States and end up in Alaska. But for the most part, you have like Seattle or Washington that ends in the border of Canada and then Alaska. Can you imagine if Russia still had that? Things might look a lot different. Anyway, on this day in history, October 18, 1922, the British Broadcasting Company, the BBC, okay? No, not that BBC. The BBC founded, was founded, it was started, it was created. The BBC. All right, Aston, talk to me, dog. The BBC. It was later changed to the British Broadcasting Corporation because a corporation is higher than a company, right? But the BBC was founded on this day in history in 1922. On this day in history, October 18, 1931, American gangster Al Capone was convicted of tax evasion. Damn, they got him, okay? Leader of the Chicago family for 8 years, I believe. He was busted finally. I mean, he'd been through a slew of legal stuff. I have to pay a TV license because of them. I'm sorry, Aston. Would you like to move to California? Pretty soon they're going to be charging people to look at people. Al Capone was convicted of tax evasion, and which would ultimately do him in. I mean, he was in 1931. He was convicted, and he was put into a jail in Louisville. And well, he was stocked up pretty good about a year and a half into his stay, and they transferred him from Louisville to Alcatraz. So then he spent the rest of his life in Alcatraz, going crazy because not the prison and an island itself, but he actually had a really terrible disease back then called syphilis, where basically it eats your nose and it makes you crazy. It goes ahead and disintegrates your brain and makes you insane. And well, a guy that was so prominent in such a a dangerous criminal family was left in his jail cell after that tax evasion, just basically go nuts, and eventually, well, he passed away in Alcatraz. So yeah, on this day in history, October 18th, 1968, the U.S. Olympic Committee suspends Tommy Smith, remember that name, Tommy Smith, and John Carlos for giving the Black Power salute to protest racism and injustice against African Americans during the Olympic medal ceremony. So I know you guys, I like to go to Alcatraz tour. Me too. But the thing is sold out, man. Like, it's so hard to get. You have to book that thing in like 6 months advance. But on this day in history, yeah, Tommy Smith and John Carlos. If you ever seen it, they were part of the sprinting relay team, and they went in and they raised their hand, and they gave the Black Power. And I wanted to go ahead and bring that up, obviously because it happened on this day in history, that they were suspended. The Olympic Committee looked at him and suspended him. And actually, the actual day where they're on the podium happened 2 days prior. But during the current situation of social things that are going on in the United States, I thought that would be interesting, and people would want it to kind of chronologically date back to when that actually happened. So that was the first of, well, sports and movement through racial injustices, if you will. And now we have, of course, in modern day with Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the flag, we have something similar but not exact. It's well, it's food for thought. And on this day in history, it happened. On this day in history, October 18th, 1977, okay, the 6th game of the World Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm sorry, Rocco. I'm sorry, Lori. Okay, the New York Yankees outfielder Reggie Jackson hits 3 home runs off of 3 consecutive pitches. So every time he bat, first pitch, bink, first pitch, bink, first pitch, bink, off the 3 different pitchers. Okay, he homers, and then the Yankees went on to win. But boom, right there, that's what was forever. I don't even know how to say it. I get so excited. But Reggie Jackson was labeled Mr. October forever because of this day in history in 1977. I mean, the physical feat for him to hit 3 home runs off of 3 consecutive pitches, off of 3 different pitchers. And baseball is all about arms. So sometimes you see the release here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here. So the ball, you have to pitch to the World Series Game 6 to lead us and to ever make his legendary status, his Hall of Fame status, Mr. October. Congratulations, Reggie Jackson. I don't know, Dad, do you remember that? Does anybody remember that day when that happened? I wasn't alive, but wow. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take another sip of this delicious weekend vibes. Guys, we're humming along, so I just want to say thank you so much for staying with me. It really means a lot. We're continuing to grow the channel. I'm 200 away from 5,000, and when we get to 5,000, that's a benchmark inside of YouTube that just goes bananas. You never know what can happen. They go ahead, they take your stuff, and they start promoting you because they know that you're serious. So those of you that come and support me, subscribe me, share me, like me, all that kind of good stuff, big hugs, big beers, thank you so much. All right, last day on this day in history, October 18th, 2017. On the 19th, Chinese Communist Party Congress opens up in Beijing with President Xi Jinping giving, ready for this? Giving a 3-hour, 23-minute speech on the new China, the new way of doing things in China. But dude, are you kidding me? 3.5 hours? Okay, holy cow. 3.5 hours. Can you imagine listening to anybody? I mean, we're going on an hour and a half, and yeah, I'm bantering back and forth. And how many? We got 4 people still in the room. Was going for 3 hours and 23 minutes. That's insane. That happened on this day in history. Guys, that's the segment. Thank you so much. I'm going to wheel in and round out this show pretty quickly because I want to go through some stuff. But what are you reading? What are you watching? I'm still reading this, The Power of Positive Thinking. I didn't get a chance to read much of my book this week. I was busy. I was on vacation. Oh, cheers, Tenacious Freak. Yes. Tenacious Freak, I want to cheers you. Definitely. Greg Z, Pops, Aquanuts, Drunatic. If you guys borrow, I know you're in the room. Cheers, guys. What are you watching? Here's what I'm watching. That's a I know, Aston. Dude, you can watch it on YouTube. All right, here's what I'm watching, folks. I am watching Vincent Price Month Continues. But his first ever movie was this movie called Shock. It's on Amazon if you have Amazon Prime. It's really cool because, well, it's all black and white, and it's about this woman that is waiting for her. It's a bit laggy stream, but maybe. Okay. Thank you, Tenacious Freak. I swear you must be my producer. But Shock was Vincent Price's big. Dad, I can't do no shots today. Next week I'll do them. I promise. Next week I'll do shots. So if you haven't seen Shock, not Shot, Shock was Vincent Price's breakout first major role, and it's about him, and he bludgeons his wife with a candlestick, and an on-site person in the hotel sees it, and she's like in shock that she saw it because it's 1946, and she can't get out of it. Her boyfriend's like wondering what's going on, so he calls the doctor. The doctor is actually the psychiatrist who is Vincent Price, who actually bludgeoned his wife. So she's being like administered and helped through. It's just classic horror stuff. You got to think back in the time, 60 years ago. Love that stuff. Love the writing. The acting can be so-so, but Vincent Price obviously brings it every time. But just really fun stuff. If you haven't checked it out, just type in Vincent Price on Amazon. You'll see all of his old movies. The guy's phenomenal. Love his work. We do it every October, every year. So you'll see me talking about it next year. And yeah, just really good stuff. The Shock. Check it out. All right, now I want to go ahead and slam this one down. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. We're doing weekend vibes. This is what we're drinking. It's a lot lighter. We got everybody back in the room. I'm going to go ahead and give a score to this one. You know, it's a 6%er and above, so I definitely feel the strength of it. It's different than the last beer, but I definitely feel it. It's lighter. It's got more of a crisp, carbonated feel. It's got more of a citric aroma, not overpowering in the grapefruit like most IPAs or lemons, but just a subtle, subdued kind of smell of each and every flavor from a tree or a citric lime or a lemon. It's just really nice. And well, we're on weekend vibes, babe. We got back from San Diego, and cheers to you guys. I'm gonna slug this, give it a score, read you the quote of the week, and then I'm out. Really delicious, man. I gotta be honest with you, I love this beer. I really, really love it. It's everything I like about an IPA, where it's like really not overpowering hoppiness, not overpowering citric, just a nice even keel of both of them. Really delicious, really refreshing. So it's good for a hot day. I don't know how many I could drink. Probably a 6-pack would do me in solid. Probably be done. Yeah, so really enjoy this. That's why I'm going to go ahead and give it a good score of an 8.5. Good price, good drink. If you get a chance to try this out, I definitely recommend it. We're going to give it an 8.5. We chimed in at this expensive beer at a 5 exactly, and an 8.5. Either way, you can never go wrong. If you get a chance to visit San Diego, check out the Coronado Brewing Company. try their avocado pizza. It's good. All right, it's delicious. I know you're new to the show or you're wrong time. We're working on the Micro Monday. We're taking a week from the Micro Monday and we're waiting a week and we're going to be posting it next week. So this week there will be no Micro Monday. That's why we didn't talk about it. But now I'm going to bring you to the quote of the week. And this is a good quote. I love this quote. And it comes to us from a great football coach, American football coach for Europeans, Vince Lombardi. And he said this. He said, "The dictionary is the only place success comes before hard work." Or work, basically. The dictionary is the only place success comes before work. Probably right, they just got stuck on my feet. Yeah. I don't know what happened, guys. I'm streaming fine, but thanks for hopping back on, Bubba. But I love this quote about Vince Lombardi because he says, look, dictionary is the only place that you're going to see that success comes before work. What does that mean? Well, if you don't put in the work, you'll never have the success. Okay? If you don't put in the work, you won't have the success. And so many people want to get quick, right? And it goes back to that thing of like comparison to like, don't ever compare your beginning to somebody's middle or end. And now it's really prominent because you have social media. So you may be wanting to start something, whatever it is. Just think about it. Whatever it is you want to start. But then you look at social media and you're like, well, he's already this and he's already got hundreds of millions of this and that and that. But you're just starting. Doesn't matter. That's what your hard work brings to it will bring your success, right? And when you look at stuff like this and you wonder, people expect a handout. You might get successful one time, but don't stop that hard work. Continue to build on it. Continue to improve. And it's so important that like we look at Vince Lombardi, who was an American football coach, and instilled this in his team, the Green Bay Packers, that like, look, you continue to have to work hard. Even though you've won one Super Bowl, you have to go back and you have to continue to work in order to win 2 and 3 and so on and so forth. And no matter what that is, I'm not telling you about like my whole realm of like YouTube and acting and like this creative space. It's insignificant right here. I'm talking about everything that that has to do with your life. Okay, it's all relative. You must continue to work hard to get success. No matter if you're in the restaurant business, you're an insurance agent, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor. You have to study. You have to complete things. You have to continue to evolve and as a businessman and kind of oversee things and take in insight. And well, that doesn't happen, okay? It doesn't happen with, you don't get success without putting in the hard work. It's important, and when you think about it, yeah, we've had a couple of beers and stuff, but this is real talk. This is real shit. Like, no matter what it is, it's relative to your life, whatever you want to happen, okay? Take it, think about it, and ingest it into your mind this week that, you know what? I need to work hard in order to have this success. Because even though I've had success before, or, success other people are having, doesn't mean it's given to me. I must continue to work. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that you had a fun time. I hope that you enjoyed this show. I had a great freaking episode. Man, it's always fun to have you guys here. We had some delicious beers from a brewery that I actually met. Thank you so much, Aquanuts. This is the time where we say goodbye. We did this one. You Scallywag. I'm from Cornwall. Great show, Bubba. Thank you. Thank you so much, Drunatic. Big hugs. Weekend vibes. You guys, thank you so much. Cordolas, if you're still here. Jens, Aston, Pops, Barrow, Greg Z, whoever is still here. Guys, thank you so much. Shoes and vibes, yeah. You guys are awesome. I'm just gonna simply say that, like, I love being here. I wouldn't do this every week if I didn't love it. And I love being here because you guys show up. And going back to what Greg Z was saying, Yeah, we only had 7 or 8 people, and sometimes we have 20. But you know what? Maybe one time we'll have 100. Maybe one time we'll have 3. I'll continue to do it. I'll continue to love doing it, and I'll continue to provide whatever this is to you guys. So thank you so much. Have a great week. I hope that you have fun. Don't spend $15 on a beer unless you have to. I'm Travel Man Dan, and remember, thank you, Trunite. It's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye, guys.